Okay. Now, here's when people start taking advantage of disabled people, right? So I went and seen two movies today, right? One was called Men, and the other one was Bob's Burgers, right? All right. One was kind of twisted, right? Men was very twisted, right? It's about this young lady, right? She is married, right? And she wants to divorce her husband, and he threatens to kill himself, right? You know, that kind of situation, right? And basically, right, you know, he could, right? And that's kind of what the story is about. And she gets this place in the country, right, for a few weeks after whatever happened, right? And so, to kind of deal with it all. And, you know, she gets there and it seems kind of normal at first, but then weird things start happening, right? So the next day she's kind of going for a walk, and she comes to this long tunnel, like, you know, I don't know what you call it, kind of a man-made tunnel, right? And she starts singing, right? And there's this dude, right? As she gets deeper into the tunnel, right? Who gets up and stands up, right? Well, he kind of starts going after her, so she runs off, right? And just keeps getting weirder and weirder, right? And she goes to this church, and there's this weird priest type, vicar type person, right? And she kind of gets upset, right? While in the church, right? She runs into this other guy who's kind of has this mask on, right? And wants to play a game with her, you know, acting kind of weird, right? And it's a popular game we would all know, right? But you don't play it with a woman you just met, right? You don't hardly know, right? You usually play it when you're a kid too, right? This is a grown ass woman, right? And anyway, so it just keeps getting weirder from there, right? And what really is weird is they show the guy getting pregnant or something, right? And having other men, right? Kind of got super weird there, right? And his feet even came out his mouth, which, like I said, what is that, foot and mouth disease? Right? There was someone else watching it with me, right? And so, anyway, and it kind of ends weird too, but like I said, right, I'm not wanting to give away the whole plot, but that was just weird, right? All right, then I see Bob's Burgers to go home and get my medication, right? But I don't take it till tomorrow, right? And I take it first thing in the morning anyway. And um, go back, eat my dinner, right? Which is just chicken and lima beans, right? And, you know, go see Bob's Burgers, right? Which that's kind of crazy, right? But kind of funny too, right? So Bob's Burgers deals with they have so many days to come up with the payment, right? If they don't come up with the payment in time, they could lose the kitchen equipment, right? Basically. So they're trying to figure out, you know, a way to make the money, right? And things just keep going from bad to worse, including a hole falls out in front of their business, right? And again, right? Kind of strange, but nobody can go in or out, right? And it just keeps going on that way. And the kids are going to school and all that too, and dealing with, childhood bullies, right? Kind of, right? Including being called a baby and things like that, right? Things we all deal with, I guess, when we're kids, right? So anyway, the little girl wants to figure out what happened because they find something wrong in the pit that fell in front of their business, right? And they got to figure out what happened there. And, if you're familiar with the show or not, that's up to you. I don't know, right? But it involves their landlord finally, and he's got people with him and the cousins, right? And they're trying to figure out who caused the situation, right? And get them to get evidence against them, right? So they can prove who wasn't the guy that was their landlord who was accused of doing it, right? So they keep trying to figure it out until they finally do, right? When they finally do, it turns out it wasn't who they thought it was, right? They still had to deal with it, right? And then, the guy who did it wanted to cover up worse, right? And get rid of everybody. But just keep getting worse and worse for them, right? Until they finally figured a way out, basically, right? And, worked out. Mm-hmm. For them, finally. Now, like I said, depends on if you even watched the show on Fox, right? Channel 28 in Georgia, WSAV. Mm-hmm. So, I didn't have no problem then, but I start to leave, right? And I see this woman now that are going by. Mm-hmm. Now, after she goes on by, I start pulling out, right? At an angle, right? Well, do you stop? Okay, because this is the only way I could hear. And let someone hit you on your driver's side corner and leave barely a dent? Well, this woman did, right? And there's nothing I can do about it, right? Because you don't expect someone to just stop. No one else was pulling out but me, right? And the way I hit her, it was on the corner, right? Of her vehicle. Mm-hmm. Now, I got the accident report, at least enough. And see, if you get my information, I get yours. And, great. Now, her car was a 2015 Chrysler, though. And I'm driving a Equinox, right? And see, I don't even have any damage, right? Which is weird, right? And I'm parked about halfway. Right. I couldn't find a handicap space, so I parked halfway. But I'm still down the handicap lane, right? Now, when someone goes past you, right, you still are backing up slowly, right? Right. You don't try to speed off or anything, right? You just slowly back up. Don't mean she done past you, right? And again, if you hit someone on the corner bumper of the driver's side, how can that happen unless they stopped and tried to blame you, right? See, I don't even know what to do about it, right? Because my car was barely damaged, right? I know. Right, right. And that's kind of the whole problem with people like that, right? See, they try to make out like you did something wrong, which doesn't fit what was going on, right? And they were still about 5 parking spaces from where I hit her. And I'm not going fast, right? I barely dent the side back corner of her vehicle. The dent ain't even 3 inches, right? But she's got my information and I got hers. That's all I'll say about it. Now, if she reports it to her insurance company, right, or tries to go to mine, I'm not going to say a word, right? She also has my phone number and I have hers. See, that's the thing. That's the thing. And I told the officer what I think happened is I let her go on by and then she stopped. And I didn't expect her to stop, right? And by the angle of the hit, right, the only way I could hit her by slowly backing out was if she stopped, right? Because we're both supposed to be going so fast when passing by someone, right? Right. So if someone passes by you, right, and you're blacking out like this, right, the only way you can hit them in the corner is if they stop, right, after they went by you, right? Now, do you normally do that yourself? No. But if you do, and I don't expect you to, right? Right. You done went by, and I'm hitting you on the corner angle, right? And you don't think people can figure out you didn't do something right yourself. What, do you have your husband and son in the car? Well, they can't see behind them. Silly. They can't see your tail lights either, right? But guess who can if they have a backup camera, right? My vehicle. And see, I got a backup camera. That's why I didn't expect to hit you. You would done went by. See, no one backs up straight. They back up at an angle, right? Now, if I hit you on the corner, right? And that's what I mean, right? You stop, right? Dear. And if you stop when someone's backing up, yeah, they're going to hit you, right? But that doesn't make it my fault, right? If I didn't expect you to stop and you stopped, right? That's called sabotage, right? When you're supposed to go past me, right? Before I can go. And I gotta back up like this, right? See what I mean? Right. To get back there anyway and hit you, right? If I hit you on the corner, right? That means you were past me, right? When I hit you, right? The only way you can do that, right? And this is the point, right, is if you stopped, right? Instead I kept going, right? And no one normally would expect someone to stop, right? Once you're past me, I shouldn't even have to look in the rear view camera again, right? Which was still on. I got a camera too, right? And if you're a bad bee, you're a bad bee. I just don't try to do stupid things like that. Because I know, and this is why I know, when the officer sees the scene, right, he can't say, I'm wrong that you didn't stop, right, when you weren't supposed to stop, right? And see, no one expects a person to stop who's trying to find a parking place, right? And guess what? I have to walk to my car. There were none. No one else was backing up but me either, right? So how does she explain that, right? She can't, right? Unless she stopped for no reason, no. And who would expect her to? No one, no one. So does that make it my fault or her fault? My car don't even have damage, right? I know. But if you're around stupid is as stupid does, right? Not that Tom hates is stupid, right? But some people do, right? Act stupid, right?
Sometimes you have to let.
Now, unless she goes crazy on me, right? She should just let it go, right? Right. Because again, nobody was hurt. It barely dented the car. It probably wouldn't even be $1,000 to repair it. And again, you have to explain how you got past me, right? When I'm backing up at an angle, and it hit you, but on the bumper, rear bumper of the driver's side, right? To your insurance company, and explain how that happened without you stopping, right? Does that even make sense to anyone? It definitely don't to me. Mm-hmm. Mm.
I was getting bullied in elementary school.
For what?
Aren't we all?
My voice sounds a little bit different.
You got a great voice.
And I looked a little bit different too. And my elementary school nickname was Hammerhead because I have these knots on my head because I'm premature. I was born at 1 pound 8 ounces.
Whoa.
And my vocal cords don't close all the way. So I make my voice sound really airy.
Right.
Students were so negative about my voice. One called me Frog and she'd get the class in on the joke. It was relentless, and I was so in such a dark place. I actually wanted to commit suicide.
Oh.
And when you're in that mindset, the only thing you want to do is quit.
So you decided to find something to take your mind away from all those horrible people, and it was the saxophone.
Yes, that's
Yep.
when I started actually learning how to play.
So this is America's Got
Good
Talent,
for you. Good for you.
and it's a recording, right?
Well, first I'd want to
It's not a
get my
live
mom
stream,
and
right?
my
All
brother a
right.
space where we can actually live as loud as we want to be because I can't exactly practice where I live now. Somebody had called the cops on me before I flew out.
Really?
I was trying to practice because doing a show as big as this, I want to get everything perfect.
For sure.
So they had called the cops. The cops came banging on the door. They were like, you need to be quiet. My goal with the music, with this, is to be able to do the thing I love. And if I can do that, I'll have found my purpose for being on America's Got Talent.
Here, you can be as loud as you like.
Let's see if it's any good. Right?
I think it will be on Saturday. How big is that?
be fine. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
Now, Mary Bell's son with Patrick, Scott, I guess, right, was premature, but not 1 pound 8 ounces, right? That's the way he might should have been, right? You know, if he met someone in December anyway, right? To May, right? Not bad, huh? Even though you don't know what he's playing, right? Right? It still reminds you of Kenny G or somebody, right? Right. Mhm. 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 That's called freestyle playing, though. Mhm. When you don't recognize the melody, right? But it still don't mean it wasn't a good piece, right? You know what that means, right? Right. Mhm.